Happy Wednesday, aka Hump Day. Hopefully everyone's doing great and awesome. Alright, so today I'm going to try and keep this relatively short and simple and straight to the point because we got a lot of red in the market, not to mention Robinhood flopped on earnings, or I should say, did they? Because Robinhood's business model is really around what is the most best respectful way that I can really put this? It's around risk. And it's all about people, if they want to take risk or not. Obviously, if people want to take more risk, aka gamble in the market, well then Robinhood's profits are going to be going sky high. That's primarily their business model. If the market is not doing well along with the crypto market, well then Robinhood's earnings business model is not going to be the best. However, I was actually very shocked because they did a lot better, in my opinion, than a lot of people really thought they would. But we have a lot of reasons right now as to why the market is throwing kind of a hissy fit. So, like I said, happy Wednesday once again. Welcome if you are new. If you enjoyed today's episode, please smash the like button and subscribe for more content. We are actually picking up new subscribers every day here. I make videos on this channel Monday through Saturday, typically. Sometimes a bonus video on Sundays. I have other YouTube channels that are not in the stock market area. I haven't advertised this channel on my other channels just yet. So this channel is very much growing organically, which is awesome. I have talked to a couple of you all that have left really good comments on my videos. As always, I'm a very big tech bull. Yes, I am doing a channel profile challenge, which I'll get to momentarily. But I want to talk about a jobs report that came out today that's kind of really sending the market in a spiral right now because it's very much signaling that, hey, interest rate cuts are more than likely not going to be coming anytime soon. And the market needs to understand a couple things. One is that the unemployment rate came in lower than expected. Now, just I'm going over of what we get. Understand that these numbers are more than likely all just really just not accurate. Do I believe the unemployment rate in America is 4.3%? No, it's actually very much higher, okay? The way that BLS, the people that work on these reports, gather data is they make phone calls. However, when a person has been unemployed for a very long time, they're no longer counted as being unemployed on here. So what is the true number of like unemployment in America? I really don't know. Neither do you. Neither does probably our government. And the only entity that really does is God. But I can tell you it's definitely not 4.3%. But everything revolves around these reports that we pretty much get. My window is open. I'm having some terrible allergies, sinuses right now. So if you hear outside automobiles, that's where that noise is. These reports that we get, unfortunately, sway the market. And right now, I mean, unemployment rate is ticking lower. What does that mean? Well, it means that, hey, like the labor market, it's really mixed data because we're showing that there's job losses happening, but the unemployment rate is not skyrocketing. So it's like, what is going on? And then you got to factor that the Trump administration has said they're laying off government. They're laying off government employees, and they predict that this is a temporary temporary unemployment surge that we're seeing. So a lot of this data is just really left with people very skittish and nervous, but something that really sways, or rather this data sways, is the decision for interest rate cuts. And more than likely, we're not going to be getting an interest rate cut come time. Oh, it's pretty funny. I was actually looking at this before the data came out. And before the data came out, it was actually 19%, 19% and some change. Now it's 5.9%. Yeah, so chances are we're not going to be getting a rate cut anytime soon. and maybe in the second half of the year. But once again, does the market really need rate cuts to go higher? Another very misconception that a lot of people don't really understand is that you can have necessarily not really the best economy, but you can have a great stock market and vice versa. You can have a great economy and also like a really poor stock market. They don't really go intertwine. And we saw that during 2022 because the economy during 2022, like it was pretty rough. Actually, not 22, 23, 2023. The economy was not really doing like the best. And a lot of people were saying, hey, this big recession is going to be coming. My opinion is that we've been in a rolling recession. But the stock market went to all-time highs repeatedly. However, I will say that you saw big tech lead the stock market rally, the Mag 7, in 2023. So, did the stock market really go to all-time highs? Because I was very much in the penny stock sector in 23, and I got my bum handed to me. While other people that were in the Mag 7, they made bank. So it's very different. It's all about what sector of the market you're going to be in, or if you're going to be in all sectors rather. So as we basically see here on the screen, we're experiencing a lot of red because the market now is saying, okay, hey, this rate cut, this magical rate cut is definitely not going to come here. Robinhood is getting kicked in the teeth here. Did I buy more Robinhood shares? I actually did. So I actually bought Robinhood on my channel profile here, aka my Webull profile. Ended up buying a couple shares yesterday after earnings. And then also this morning before market open. I'm in Eastern Standard Time here. And I do get asked the question, hey, do you buy the same stock on your private profile, aka my Robinhood profile, no pun intended? And the answer is yes. I actually did buy the dip also on my private account because on my private account, my positions are nearly identical with a couple more positions I haven't really talked about. And I may actually go ahead and start buying on my public account in the future. But yes, obviously the buys on my private account I just do in bigger increments. That's pretty much about it. Private account is very, very larger than public account here. But yes, I did add to my position on both of my profiles here. And I'm going to continue to add to my position on Robinhood. Anyone that is new here, like I said, welcome. Pretty much doing a account challenge on this YouTube channel, taking this sum of money here, which is pretty funny because a couple months, actually not even a couple months ago, like last month, I was actually 20% up on this profile. So taking this in the course of 17 months, unless I do deposit more cash here in very large increments next month, but it's 17-month of challenge, taking this to 6 figs. Is it possible? Absolutely. And the reason being is because all these positions that I'm in, minus a couple, such as Honest Company, PayPal, they're all phenomenally growing year over year, and their growth rates are unfriggin' believable. AMD, triple beat, stock sold off. SoFi, triple beat, stock sold off. Anthony Noto is doing a lot of great retail interviews, killing it. And just, yeah, it's SoFi and AMD is going to be my bread and butter on my two profiles. I have a massive SoFi position on my private account, 1,642 shares. My average is $7.41. I have a massive AMD position. Hood position is much larger than on this profile, but I am very much on this account. I'm negative. I'm down by 25%. Not down as much on my private account. I actually have somewhat of a lower average. But I'm going to be adding Hood shares. And I want to spend time talking about Hood earnings right now, pretty much going over my perspective of what I'm basically thinking and what I'm necessarily doing. I've been saying what that I'm doing for the last several videos. If you want to see more about Hood, in my opinion, the last couple videos that I did was actually really, really in-depth. And I am going to be making a SoFi versus Robinhood video too, because both companies are very much fintechy orientated. But here's the reality. One company has steady growth rates on a linear line, which means their growth rates are just going up, 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 up. What company is that? SoFi. Robinhood, as I'm going to show here now, I'm on their website. Earn it. Where are we? Actually, no, this is actually good. On their website presentation, Robinhood, their earnings presentation, I will say, is probably one of the best earnings presentation, aka video call, that a lot of companies actually do. Their CEO does a phenomenal earnings call, makes investors feel actually really good. But here's the thing about Robinhood. Their company, like you said, and I'm not bashing on the company, I'm just being a realistic shareholder, and I'm a Robinhood bull. But the bear case is that this is just a company that revolves around risk. The more that people want to take in the market for risk, the more their profits are going to go up. That's their business model. In 2022, when the stock was at all-time lows, nobody wanted to take risk. So that's one of the reasons. But their earnings overall, so the whole reason why I chose to buy more shares rather than dump my position is because I liked what I saw. And I just kind of really ignored this past quarter because of the government shutdown back before Thanksgiving, and also the sell-off of big tech, and also the crypto crash that we are in right now. And I pretty much just ignored how, yes, they ended up losing revenue, okay? But the thing that really keeps me going is really looking how, okay, platform assets were not as high as Q3 of 2025, but they're obviously bigger than Q2. Okay, that's actually really good. And like I said, Robinhood is a company that they're not going to be growing on a linear line. It's going to be, their growth is going to be up, back a little, up, back a little, up, back a little. It's not going to be a straight linear line like SoFi if you actually look at their quarter over quarter, year over year. Okay, obviously their EPS came in line. EPS here, where are we? EPS, but their revenue ended up dipping. So EPS barely came in, beat expectations, but their revenue very much scaled back, and that's because of pretty much crypto transactions and the crypto crash that is currently happening. But the reason why that I ended up buying shares is because this quarter was obviously not better than the previous quarter, but it was better than the quarter during the summer of last year. Okay, last summer, Q2 was very much rock and rolling, and Q3 obviously was very much high up there, but their net deposits, okay, obviously not as high as the previous quarter, but very much beat Q2 of last year. And gold, this actually really makes me feel good. Gold subscribers keeps going up, and this seems to be on a very bullish trend higher. A lot of people were talking about this. Let's see. Total net revenues. Obviously, this is just very much like nothing massively higher. But if you go back even further back to 2023 and 2022, even 2021, Robinhood, like I said, it's not going to be a straight shot line up. But the company is still growing quarter over quarter, and the company is still growing year over year. They still came in beating over $1 billion a quarter, which is very important, okay? During their conference call, their CEO, Vad, basically said that they want traders to feel at a disadvantage. And this actually made me buy shares feeling very, very good. They want to make traders feel at a disadvantage for not using their platform. What does that signal to me? Well, it signals that they're going to bring back 24-hour trading. Honestly, I'm not even entirely sure if Robinhood ever had 24-hour trading. Don't quote me on that. But Webull is a day trader's wet dream. I could wake up at 3:30, be in front of my computer at 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time, and I could start trading stock. Okay, I could day trade all day long if I wanted to on Webull. They want to target those types of people. And yes, there is a high demand of traders, okay? Robinhood obviously has it down pack for investors because of how user-friendly it actually is. They want to make traders feel at a disadvantage. So that really means that they're going to be releasing a lot more support, such as overnight trading, early trading, getting rid of the BS that you can't buy stock until 7 a.m. That's garbage. I can buy stock in Webull at 4 in the morning. Give me a break. Like, they're going to be releasing more of this stuff, and that's what makes me feel very bullish. Total platform assets increased 68% year over year. Once again, obviously not as much as Q3, but more than Q2 of 25. That doesn't scare me. It doesn't necessarily bother me because I know why this is going down. And the reason why this is going down is because we're in a crypto crash. Okay, it makes sense. But listening to their entire conference, however you want to put it, net deposits, this is also very important too. Obviously, net deposits were more during Q3 25 when the stock was at all-time highs and before the government shut down. But still, we are higher than Q2. So I'm looking at this company and I'm just seeing phenomenal growth. I'm obviously seeing a little kick in the teeth, but I know why the kick in the teeth is happening. Okay, it's because this is a risk-on company. When Bitcoin wants to go risk-on, this company is going to be making a lot of money. When Bitcoin wants to belly up and go down, this company is going to be hurting. The guy is an innovator. Vad is an innovator. They're very important. EBITDA, okay, increased 24% year over year. Phenomenal. Look at 2000. Like look at the 23s, 24s. Like, obviously, this was very big too. So Q4 of 24. This was right after the election. Obviously, a lot of people wanted to take friggin' risk. Their EBITDA went sky high, and then Liberation Day happened, and then boom, sky high again. Before the government shut down a couple months ago, and now we're still seeing there. Even with what is happening right now, their EBITDA this is very big. Okay. Obviously, once again, a lot of this stuff comes in because of a risk-on type play. $4 billion corporate cash, investments, stable coins, well-positioned to deploy capital. Vad talked about this as well, too, making traders feel at a disadvantage here. I think this is, and then there's just nitty-gritty. Is there anything else I really want to talk about really quickly? I think I covered pretty much all of this. Trading products continue, very important, like I said. Okay, so, interest earning. Yeah, just a lot of this stuff is just breaking it down now even further. Okay. So once again, this earnings obviously was very much well projected and well predicted. A lot of people knew that this was coming. What am I doing in this situation? Like I said, I'm going to be buying this stock during this quiet period, because whenever this Bitcoin rally is starting again, And whenever people want to take risk again, you're going to see this company go very much higher very quickly because it is a risk on company. Okay, not a lot of people like hearing that, but that's what it is. If you want to be a Robinhood shareholder, understand that if you're buying this stock when it's at like all-time highs, let me put it this way. If Robinhood is trading at all-time highs and busting through all-time highs, that means the market is very risk-on. You should be building a position and getting into a stock like Robinhood when the market is risk-off, because the stock is going to be beaten down by, what are we at right now from all-time highs? We're at friggin' 77%, 105% from all-time highs, 104%. I will be buying this stock across my profiles well into next earnings. If this stock gets sent down to the 60s, big mistake for people selling shares. Okay, very big mistake. However, the stock may not go down to the 60s. A lot of people, especially on YouTube, are saying they're not going to be turning ahead until the stock gets into the 60s. You really want to go ahead and wait till the stock drops another 10% when the stock is down from all-time highs and the company is growing. The company's down from all-time highs by over 100%. Okay? You go ahead and build keep the number simple. You build a $10,000 position size account right now on Robinhood. When the stock reaches all-time highs again, you're going to turn 10 into 20 grand. Okay? It's going to take a little bit. This doesn't happen overnight. The market and obviously the assets, such as the crypto market, needs to bottom and needs to rally. And when that does happen, Robinhood's earnings are going to go on a rocket ship once again. Okay? Whenever we see Bitcoin pretty much turning the key, and if Bitcoin's going to crash down to 30K, like some people are calling for, I don't know if that's really going to happen. But if it does, hey, Robinhood could very well be getting kicked in the teeth again. I'll be picking up more shares. But I really got to make this video because one of the things I'm going to add into SoFi versus Robinhood is that Robinhood is semi-becoming a meme stock now, which is not really a... Let me put it this way. What is the number one greatest meme stock that has such a great story behind it? Tesla. Tesla was a meme stock when they IPO'd and all the way over 10 years ago. They were a meme stock. Okay? Obviously, 2020, when they went on a massive run, they weren't considered a meme stock anymore. Now that Robinhood is taking a kick in the teeth because of Bitcoin, some people are calling Robinhood a meme stock again. I think that's very stupid. Robinhood was called a meme stock a little bit during 2022 when they utterly fell off a cliff here. But once again, Bitcoin was down and the market just overall was not risk on. So as a Robinhood investor, I'm definitely very, very, very happy to be buying shares at these levels. Send it down another 10-20%, I'll be buying more. I know that once Bitcoin is over its hissy fit, and when Bitcoin goes to 120, 150, oh man, my Robinhood positions, they're going to be doing pretty well. All right, my friends, as always, if you want to see more of me, my social media, my links are down below in the description. My Discord access is down there too. Let me know in some comments if you got any, if you agree with me, if you think I'm crazy for buying a Robinhood crash right now. And let me know what you're doing too. Otherwise, keep it real, and I'll see you tomorrow on a new one. Later.